guys, we are back. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. As always, it is so great to see you. And friends, those of you that have followed this channel for a while know that I'm a big fan of DJI drones. Well, about a month ago, I added their newest drone to my collection, the Mavic Air 2S. And now in today's video, I want to talk to you about the specs and features of this drone and give you my first impressions of it and explain why this little guy might just be my go-to drone moving forward. Now we're going to get to all that momentarily, but before we do, I want to take a quick second and bring the like button to your attention. You guys have been killing it with the likes lately, so thank you so much for that. And I want to bring things or kind of spice things up just a notch here. So if this video gets 250 likes, I'm going to select one person that liked this video and they're going to get a $100 Adorama gift card to show my appreciation. Literally 1 second of your time could be worth $100. So hit the like button and see if you can win. And I do want to be clear here. This is completely separate from our normal giveaways that we have going on. So technically there's 2 chances to win in this video. So that said, pull up a seat and let's go. I want to kick things off by saying that I've had this drone for just about a month. Now I'm going to do an update in a few months that gives you more of a long-term look at what I think of this drone. But right now, I want to focus on my first impressions, which have been very good. Now, while I haven't had this drone for a long time, I have had the opportunity to fly it quite a bit over the last handful of weeks. So let's dive into the specs and features of this drone, and then I'm going to share with you my thoughts based on real-world experience with this. Now, DJI has built this as a all-in-one drone. The question is, have they achieved that goal? Now, with these specs and features, I'd say they hit the mark. You're talking about a 1-inch CMOS sensor. Now, this is up from the 1/2-inch sensor in the Mavic Air 2. You have 5.4K video at 30 frames per second. 4K is also available at 60 frames per second. You have 10-bit D-Log M-Color profile, which enables recording of 1 billion colors. Raw imaging that gives you up to 12.6 stops in dynamic range, and intelligent HDR. Now, that merges multiple photos together automatically. Now, you have master shots, and this is like an advanced quick shots and lets you get the shot with just a tap. Now basically what happens, the drone will automatically record footage along various routes and automatically generate a cinematic edit. And when I first saw this, I thought, wow, that looked really, really cool. But I have to be frank with you, I've done it a few times, and while there's footage that is definitely usable and pretty catchy, but as far as a finished video that I would upload on its own, I'm not really impressed with it so far. Focus tracking is super easy with Focus Track. It's basically a suite of tracking features that allows you to automatically shoot with the subject in the middle of the frame. You have OcuSync 3.0 that gives you a reliable image feed at 1080p, and that has a range of about 7.5 miles. Obstacle avoidance in the front and in the back and on the top and on the bottom of the drone, though there's no sensors on the side. And I suspect, of course, the Pro 3 version of the Mavic will likely have that. So they're keeping that off for a strategic reason to, get you to buy the next Mavic Pro 3. The Advanced Pilot Assistance System, or APAS 4, got an upgrade and allows the drone to automatically avoid obstacles, even if you're flying at a high speed and in complex scenarios with multiple obstacles in the area. And of course, all of this inside this small package, so you get all of these features without having to lug around a big ass drone. Guys, this is the amazing part of where we are at right now, and it sounds so cliche to say that. If you look at where things have been or where they came during the last 5-10 years, boy, the drones are just getting so much smaller, and they're getting a lot more features crammed packed inside of these things. Now, I have 4 other DJI drones: the Mavic Mini, the Mini 2, the Mavic 2 Pro, and the Mavic Air 2. So now that I have the Mavic Air 2S, how many drones do I need? Well, I should say this. I said I have a moment ago. I should have said I had. Let me expound on this. When this drone came in, and after flying around for a few minutes, I realized this was the only drone that I need. And so what I did was, over the last handful of weeks, I have sold all my other drones. As you can see, the Mavic Air 2S has really impressed me so far. It's a great combination of features, capabilities, and a really small package. And for my money, it's definitely worth the upgrade over the Mavic Air 2, especially since the photo and video qualities on the Air 2S really rival that of the Mavic 2 Pro. Now, I do want to clarify, with the Mavic 2 Pro, that did have the Hasselblad sensor on it, so I do notice a slight difference in the color profile from this to that, but they're both 1-inch sensors. And as I see it, the difference with the color profiles, that's a quick, easy fix in post. Now, like I said before, I'm going to do a follow-up video in just a few months with a long-term review in mind. But at this point, all signs point that the Mavic Air 2S as being really an ultimate DJI drone. Before I go signing off, I do want to quickly review our terms of our current giveaway. Here are the prizes that we're offering this time around: the Holdfast Gear Romographer luxurious camera bag, a Pilot Fly Atom Q RX1 Lite, and of course, the old faithful $100 Adorama gift card. Now, as always, entering the giveaway is really simple. Step 1, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Step 2, leave a comment below. In fact, the more of our videos that you watch and leave a comment on, the more chance that you have to win. So get watching some of our other videos and leave some comments. Step 3, register on Photography Talk and introduce yourself in the forum. Now, if you did register on the site during one of the last giveaways, you're still eligible to win. But friend, as I keep saying over and over again, swing on by, say hello. We would love to see you. Now, for complete details on the giveaway or how to say hello in the forum, check out the description below. Good luck. Well, there you go, guys. I love doing these little bite-sized reviews, especially on gear that really blows my expectations out of the water. I like using drones. I think they are a great tool. They're a fun tool to capture different viewpoints and so forth. So this one is definitely, right now, it's a keeper. Now, it's that time of the video where I'm going to ask you to do all that YouTube stuff that is very valuable to the channel. So if you found some value in this video, if you were mildly entertained, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. It would be greatly appreciated. And hey, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. We'd love to have you part of the family. And of course, last but not least, kick that bell so therefore you're notified each time that we come out with a video. Friends, I'm going to be jumping out of here, so you get out there, stay healthy, and create your best shot.